Hi, I'm Casey Tusino with the National Camera Exchange. I'm here wondering, do you want to get better video and stills out of your cell phone? Or are you sick of all of your photographer buddies making fun of you for not having a real camera? Well, Sony just introduced what I think might be your solution. This is the Sony QX1 modular camera system. This is a modular camera system that natively takes the Sony E-mount, but Sony's supporting or allowing support of a number of third-party lens manufacturers and lens adapters, so you can pretty much put any lens you want on there, whether it's Nikon, Canon autofocus, or manual focus rangefinder lenses like Leica or Voigtlander. It's a 20 megapixel CMOS APS-C sensor. You get 440 shots per charge on the battery, which seems fine. I'd like to see that be a little higher, but they got to keep the size down. For shooting modes, I feel it's just a little bit limited. We've got program, auto, and then we've got shutter priority and aperture priority. So if you want to go full manual, you have to put a manual aperture lens on there, put it in shutter priority, and there you go. We do get a little pop-up flash with this guy. It seems fine, it's pretty direct. It's 16 millimeter coverage. No manual whatsoever with it. So it's just TTL. I'd also really love to see having wireless capability with it to talk to some of the other wireless Sony flashes. I think that'd be really neat to be able to have a little portable cell phone studio for eBay or what have you. Or if not that, then maybe just a hot shoe so we could put Pocket Wizard and run some of our studio flashes. I'm sure that'd be a little corny seeing someone using their cell phone as their screen with a bunch of Ellen chromes, but why not? It's using contrast detection for its focusing system. Usually, I'm not a terribly big fan of that. You know, that's what point and shoots use. They tend to be a little bit slow. This seems fine though. It's hit and focus pretty quick. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, a pro sports photographer camera by any means. I don't think it's pretending to be though. It's 25 points on the sensor that it'll contrast detect from. One thing that scratches me right where I itch with this camera is I've got a lens adapter on here. It's Metabones. It's letting me put this Voigtlander 15 millimeter 4.5 aperture lens right on this little camera. Now, what this lets me do is really have just a nice little street shooting rig. I can set this to hyperfocal. I'm f11. I have infinity right at f11, and then I'm focused down to like 1 foot. So I can just kind of walk up and really subtly just click, click, get people's shots, and they're not really going to be distracted by this big pro camera in their face, but we're going to get that high quality, you know, SLR level look, but people in their natural environment. That's, I guess that's street shooting. So connecting this thing is just a cinch to your phone. I know, kind of absurd, this giant lens on here. I love it though, it's cool. If you have NSC, you can just go ahead and just, we're connected, just like that. It uses the Sony Play Memories mobile app. Just attach it right to my phone. Then there's my little pro rig here. I'm gonna just grab the shot of these swamp grass, I guess. It's kind of cool looking. Just nice shot right there. It took me, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds to attach my phone and get it set up. It's pretty great. I can really see this as a very modular camera overall. I've had a couple of ideas of what I'd like to do with it. I mean, I think it'd be cool to attach it to a telescope, do some astrophotography, microscope, or do some digiscoping with it even. That way you could put just as much telephoto on this as you really wanted to. Really, the possibilities are kind of up to you and endless. It doesn't have to be right in your hands in order to shoot it, which is so cool. I could see if you have a 3D printer making some kind of modular grips and attachments to kind of create your own high-end digital camera would be just a blast. So let us know in the comments below what you think you'd use this camera for. I'd like to hear some creative ideas. I mean, that's photography, getting a camera into a different perspective than however you've shot it before. I mean, that's being truly creative, making some interesting stuff. Thanks for watching. I'm Casey with National Camera.